Ready?
Yeah.
You can do it?
Certainly.
In the Spelljamming universe, the good guys are represented by two separate yet equally morally bankrupt groups. The NPCs who hand out the quests, and the chode-wrangling shitlords played by the PCs. These are their stories.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, fuck, Brian.
And that concludes what I've prepared today.
I hope you
Good job.
enjoyed this.
Good job. Take 5.
Listen, I've got 3 ciders to get through. Let's fucking...
No, we got game. So we are all settled on, we're playing Snatcher the Murder Bird,
Wait a boy.
Mary, and
Gavin.
Gavin.
So,
Okay.
What is Mary's class again? I forget.
I'm a warlock.
Okay.
Patron of the Ashe.
Nice.
So, following your adventures in the Lost Laboratory of Qualish, where you discovered Qualish had been living in secret in his hidden laboratory in Dane Glen, underneath the layer of ooze.
Under the slide.
And you found and reunited the brain and the body of Gith, the progenitor of the Gith Yankee and the Gith Zerai race. She revealed to you that she had been betrayed by her number 2, Vlakith, who is the Lich Queen of the Gith Yankee, and the source of much pain, suffering, and strife throughout the prime material plane. And Gith, in an act of vengeance and to reunite the 2 different Gith races, has declared war on Vlakith. And you guys have decided to join with Gith, with Qualish, to strike out against the Gith Yankee, who are just negative force of pain and suffering throughout the universe. While you were in the Lost Laboratory, you also traveled with Gearbox, a Modron who had a secret mission, and upon finding Qualish, announced that this would commence the final march of the Modron. The Modron have marched once every 256 years for all of known and recorded time. For reasons unknown to anybody but the Primus of the Modron. And that is where Gudbrand, your former compatriot, is now. He has traveled with Qualish to the elemental plane of law to commune with the Primus to find out why and where the Modron are going and how they intend to help. In the meantime, you have traveled with Gith to Limbo. The Gith Zerai, the good guy Gith, make their home in the plane of Limbo to avoid being tracked and seen by the Gith Zerai and their immortal enemies, the Mind Flayers. You've delivered Gith to a monastery that you guys have been to before. This was, if you reach way, way back to when you were playing Callisti and you were playing Darkwing Duck, I believe you were on Reno. You were Mervin. You were flying the ship. Yes, you rescued some Gith Zerai monks and brought them back to their home in the elemental plane of chaos, Limbo. And that is where you brought Gith. And while there, you enjoyed the benefits of a long rest. And you were given your next assignment. You are to travel to the city of Waterdeep in Realm Space. And you are going to meet with a Gith Zerai spy known as Janara. And Gith tells you that Janara has been in deep cover in the Astral Sea, in the, you'll have to bear with me because I'm not prepared for this.
It's okay.
In the city of Tunarath, which is where the, not Tunarath.
Oh.
It's different. Which is the city where the...
It's in the same product line as Hamburger Helper. It's
yes.
Tunarath.
You say Kate knows all about Tunarath. That's all right.
You are going to meet up with Janara, who has been a deep cover spy in Tunarath, keeping an eye on the Gith Zerai's, the Gith Yankees' movements there. And for reasons unknown to Gith or to any of the monks at this monastery, she has broken cover and she has returned to the prime material plane and has reached out and demands that that the most accomplished adventurers among you assist her because she's found something of great importance.
But they're not available, so
They're not available, so they got us.
They have a really cool. They had like a Kender druid riding on a saber-toothed tiger, but he's busy. They have like a robot, but that robot's he's busy making Tunarath.
They had literal Jesus, but he had to go do some Jesus shit.
He had some picnics to cover with the
bread, the loaves,
wine.
And in the interest of moving things along, you have been plane shifted back to the prime material plane, to the city of Waterdeep, to the outskirts of the neighborhood around the Yawning Portal, which is a place that you and I have been, which is in a terrible neighborhood. But this is where you are supposed to meet Janara. You know nothing about where she is or how she's going to contact you, except that she is a Githzerai. So think gaunt, yellow to amber skin, usually with like brown tattoos. Kind of elven, but with that yellowy kind of skin too.
Kind of those people who go to the beach too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
That's really what that is.
Elven but jaundiced.
It's sad.
So, knowing that you are going to meet a spy here, but not knowing how they are going to make contact with you, I would like to go around the table once. We can all pick a skill. This isn't really a skill challenge in the traditional senses, and there's no penalty for failure. But I would just want to hear a little narrative on how you guys are going to go about trying to meet this spy.
Oh, I should get my dice out.
That might help.
Forever playing a fucking dice game.
I'll go first. I think I got something.
Wow, a middle manager going first.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
Now I know we're in a fantasy realm.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to minor illusion my face to give it a Githzerai sort of appearance.
Okay.
And I'm just going to hang out and see if I can attract some attention of somebody who might also be
Just work in the corner. Got it.
Yeah. Working the corner.
All right, sounds good.
I have a skill, some sort of charisma skill would probably be appropriate.
Probably deception, I would think.
Yeah. Let's do deception.
So yeah, throw me a roll. It just, like I said, there's no penalty for failure. I just want to see how successful you are.
Shitty dice time.
Whee!
That's a 2. It's going to be a total of 6.
Okay,
You gotta
so
get rid of that.
Right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you gotta melt that down, dude. Like, literally throw it
I have to
in
melt
the
them all
fire.
down. I've actually been shopping for different dice to see.
All right, so Gavin has done a fairly unsuccessful, unconvincing job of making himself. All right, Mary, how are you trying to make contact with a deep cover spy?
I'm gonna sort of go over to my cat and crouch down and sort of have a little the way that cats talk to each other, not the way that cats and humans talk to each other.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm gonna send the cat off to go look around for me.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be Arcana or Investigation?
It'll probably be investigation.
Okay. 18.
Okay, very successful. All right. And Snatcher,
Yes.
how are you contributing to this?
I'm gonna get up on the rooftop and just sort of get a bird's
Eye view. Bird's eye vegetables, yes.
Poop on a car.
So that would probably be like athletics or acrobatics, I would think.
Acrobatics?
Oh, yeah, I'll let you do acrobatics.
Yeah, nimbly
Oh
bimbly.
shit, sweet flips.
That's still a 15.
Okay.
Oh my god!
That's madness.
Wow, on a natural 1.
Yep.
Okay, insanity. All right, so even though you're not on the perch that you want to be on, you're still on a fairly respectable perch. And what you see is it is it's sort of like twilight on a rainy day. Waterdeep is known for kind of being overcast. This is even more so. Plus the sun's starting to go down. The lighting is kind of funky, and you see three figures walking down the road. They are tall, lean. They're wearing long, like floor-length robes, kind of like in the same vein that a wizard or a scholarly cleric might wear. But they are very misshapen about the head. Had Snatcher seen Illithids before?
Ooh.
I felt like we did once. I felt like we did in the city.
Possible. They travel space a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if Gavin knows what they look like.
Yeah. I could have sworn we ran into one in
They're similar looking to Mind Flayers, correct?
They are Mind Flayers.
They're
They're the same.
Oh, they're the same thing.
Yes, they are.
Oh.
Two names for the same thing.
Cool. Nope, not gonna say that.
I can't remember if we have encountered Illithids on this particular adventure, so I'm going to odds evens it.
Sure, yeah. Like I said, they're a spacefaring race, they're a spacefaring bird. You know, it's not uncommon you would have bumped into them. But...
Yeah. So let's say odds no, evens yes?
Sure.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, you recognize 3 mind flayers, which are unusual for, you know, being on the surface in Faerun. Not something they're not just walking down the street in the city. This is unusual. Mary, with your great investigation skill, not only are you aware that these 3 figures are coming down the street, but in the alleyways running adjacent to these 3 mind flayers are 3 halflings. And they seem to be just bebopping from one alleyway to the next, sort of following this troop around, but staying out of sight. And these 6 creatures now, 3 mind flayers and 3 halflings, are all sort of heading in the general direction of your friend Gavin, who is wearing a very unconvincing Gith costume. And because you two did roll so successfully, even with your natural 1, you still have a pretty good check. You do have a round to prepare. I'm going to say you guys are probably on either side of the same street. You're probably looking down from one side. You're on the other side. You're an alley cat creeping through the alleys. You're a bird up on top. Maybe you'll eat each other later. But
It's
that's
a good thing we're on opposite sides.
And Gavin, poor Gavin is sandwiched right in the middle. I'm working the street corner asking, have you seen anybody that looks like this?
Oh, God.
So the image I now have in my head is like Aang. Githman, hey Githman.
Githman?
Now, just for theater of the mind purposes, we know where Mary's cat is. Where is Mary? Is she hanging out with Gavin, or
I'm probably like in the proximity of Gavin, but definitely like
sidling away?
Yeah.
Very much trying not to be seen with Gavin, but
Like,
not for stealth
in the
reasons.
same way that I can't make eye contact with Paul because I'll start laughing, Mary is not making eye contact with Gavin.
All right. So I will give every. I think it's fair that I give these 2 a surprise round to act before they get to you, because you're sort of
Being a dork.
dorking off on the corner, as is your want.
That's so Gavin.
You're just blinded by the shiny polyester of your shitty Gith costume.
It's like one of the Mars Attacks spaceman costumes. It's like the shiny silver with the big
This
bubble.
fabric
on it.
doesn't breathe. I'm dying in here.
It's all wrinkled.
So, Mary, you got the higher of the 2 rolls. I'll let you do your surprise round first if you want to take some kind of action to prepare.
I am. What are my skills? What am I good at? Who am I?
How do I D&D?
So what I'm gonna do is I am feeling a maybe misguided, but perhaps not, vibe of hostility going towards Mr. Freaking Minstrel Show over here.
Okay, all right. I didn't think that was where I was going to go, but sure.
And so what I am
sneak attack against me for being a fucking racist.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cause a scene.
Ooh.
Kate, cause a scene.
I know, right? I'm going to cast Mage Hand, and I'm gonna pick up. I see like a bucket of some water that looks like it's maybe like catching water off of like a drain pipe. And I am going to splash it in Gavin's face.
Oh my god.
To try to get this visage off of him.
Okay.
And at the same time, I'm going to be like, dude, we aren't... no, let me do this in character. I'm going to do this in character. I'm not Nemea.
Yep.
I'm Mary. Mary is posh.
Nemea would burn the look off you.
Well, I do think that you may have had an idea of questionable functionality, and we may have some hospitals up on our tent quite soon. So I think we might want to step and hightail us out of here.
Jeez. What is... Alright, fine. Because I'm like trying to comb the crap.
And I'm like,
I dismissed the I dismissed the whole illusion. I'm like, fine. Just trying to be useful.
Me not knowing it's an illusion and being like, yeah, it's paint.
I think that's great.
Sometimes I forget how this fucking game works.
All right. So you splash some water in Gavin's face, and at the very least, he won't be caught flat-footed when combat begins. Snatcher, how are you using your surprise round?
I was going to try and throw my voice and say something so they hear something behind them, and maybe turn in the other direction.
Sure. I'll let you do that with a successful deception check. It's going to be a fairly high DC.
Okay. Cool. I'll say something like, hey, you three.
Okay.
There you go.
14.
14.
You're gonna melt those dice too.
Bad dice.
Let me see.
I blame the whole table.
Bad llama.
It's not level.
Oh, do you know where Ben keeps my Dragon stuff? Because that's where my dice are. So you are sort of successful. One of them looks to the other ones, and they don't speak. They have a silent conversation.
Fucking creepy.
Yeah, and he begins to glide down one of these alleyways. Not the one that you're down, different one, so you don't have to worry about him going right by you. But two continue on, and one's sort of investigating where he believes he heard this sound coming from. So you've split them up a little bit, which is very good.
I split the party.
And at this time, they have sort of rounded around to the area where you just dispelled your illusion. And Mary is also there, her body just sort of off in the distance because she's focusing through the eyes of the cat,
Yeah.
But you two both, you both hear in your mind as telepathic communication is initiated. The creepy, crawly voice of a mind flayer ripping through your psyche, saying, "Where is the Gith?"
That's kind of itchy. Could we do it the human way? It's itchy. He's not this. He's just offensive.
And they will they'll approach. They are now 15 feet away, and without responding to your request, they will again ask telepathically, "Where is the Gith?"
What Gith?
Which
There's a lot of them.
You're
yeah.
not there.
Oh, I thought you said it was in our brains, though.
It is in your brains. It is in their brains. It is specifically in Mary's brain
Oh.
and Gavin's brain.
Oh, it's in Gavin's brain, too.
Yeah.
Misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not here. It's not here. It's the Gith is not here.
Yeah, my name's Gavin Darkmantle. I am the senior assistant manager. But unfortunately for product development and not for HR, so I don't really have those kind of records. You'll really have to go to the corporate office to find that stuff.
I fucking love this character.
And HR doesn't like it when you ask about people's races. It's just, it gets weird.
So they sort of look at each other and chitter to themselves happily. And one says, "Thank you for confirming your identity. Please take him. We want him alive." And the halflings begin to slip out of the shadows.
See, somebody wants me.
And at this point, I'd like everybody to roll initiative.
Hey! 17, baby.
That's a decent number.
So where are you?
What the fuck? That is the third one in a row that I've rolled.
Time to get new dice.
20, non-natural 20.
All right.
I need fighting juice.
That is fighting juice.
Fight milk.
6.
I finally
6 for Snatcher.
Can you use a spoon?
I forgot to bring Gavin, so I'm going to have to use my
Like,
hand.
just slide your finger under it just right. This is a new one I'm trying. It's old-fashioned flavored.
I'm abbreviating the mind flayers as the MFers.
Ooh.
Who got a 20?
I did.
Hell yeah.
Gavin.
Gavin's
That's Sorry.
And
Snorkerer. Yep.
Mary, what did you get?
A 17.
17 for Mary.
Hold on, make it mine.
Yeah, once you guys all have minis, we'll start throwing them down on the table here.
Oh, no, go back. Oh. Snitch. Wait a point.
Virgilus.
I love that post-it note, by the way.
Oh, the murder.
Yeah.
That's something I would like get tattooed on like, the inside of my arms. So if my arms went like slightly behind my body, it would like peek out. It's like the kind of tattoo I would get.
All right. Let's see. I think that's everybody. All right. So, Gavin, you are seeing that these creatures have hostile intent, and one just gave the order to have you captured.
Okay.
Let's do some minis.
Oh, for the bad guys?
I have bad guy minis. You guys can just use your own minis. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? All right. So there's Gavin and Mary. Here, we'll turn so it's easier for me. Because that's what I care about.
It's all about you, Brian.
It is. It is. That's why I volunteered to DM.
Crunchy boys and the living's easy.
And we'll say, Snatcher, you're on a building like up here. Mm-hmm. And these halflings are coming out of alleyways on either side. And behind you. Your cat is in an alleyway that was back here.
Okay.
Can reunite with you whenever you choose.
Okay.
But Gavin, it is your turn. Whatever you want. I know it's complicated.
I have a complicated relationship with my cat.
Yes, I can see through the darkness that I cast with my spell. I use sword points, so I will use sword points to cast. I'm going to cast darkness around these dudes.
Okay.
Oh, are they surrounding us?
There is a halfling mercenary behind you.
Okay. So it's a 15-foot radius. You tell me if I can get all of these
You can
guys.
get
3 of them.
15-foot radius. I'll say you can get all 4 of the guys in front of you.
Okay, but I can center it where I can center the center of the radius wherever I want.
Right.
Okay. So if you say I can get all 4 of them, I'll get all 4 of them.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to move.
And that's magical darkness, right?
It's just like the spell darkness. I
Yeah.
have that extra thing. I can see through it because I'm a shadow storm.
Got it.
I'm going to move. I'm just going to guess that there's my movement rate. Yeah, let's see what I got for bonus actions. I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So I'm going to move away from that guy, and now these 4 are in darkness.
Okay.
You'll have to find me first. And then I realized that I didn't dark all of them, so I guess one can find me.
One can find you. So let's see. They're gonna odds or evens. They're gonna find their way out of the darkness. Odds they do, evens they don't. Odds this one figures out where he's at, but that's his whole turn. That one figures out where he's at, but that's his whole turn. This one was never dark, so he's gonna go after you. And he is going to try to beat you with a short sword twice.
Wow.
Yeah, rude.
Yeah.
Just with the flat side.
16 to hit.
Oh, yeah, most likely. Yes. Oh, shit, I should have cast Mage Armor before we did this. Oh, well, my bad.
Oh, we're rusty.
You know, you should always cast Mage Armor before you start performing a minstrel show in the middle of one of the largest cities in the world.
Probably a good idea. Did that hit, Paul?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Nope, no problem. 4 points of damage with the first slash, and the second attack will miss. So he with this very like dead-eyed look, this cold, emotionless stare, he just walks up to you and starts hacking on you with a short sword.
This isn't capturing. This is stabbing.
The other 2 sort of wander out of the darkness, bumping, and one knocks over a trash can. The other one actually steps in that water bucket that you would put down to try and splash water in his face. Now he's got a bucket on his foot, and he's just clunk, 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 walking around the battlefield. But that's their whole turn. Mary, it is now your turn.
Am I in the dark?
Well, that would depend on where Gavin centered it. Gavin, would she be caught in your darkness? Or would you have crafted it?
I would try to not include you.
Okay. So for what it's worth, Mary is not in the darkness, but her cat can't see past the darkness because the cat's on this side of the world.
That's fine.
You can't see the mind flayers at this point because they're still in the darkness. You'd have to move really at this point to see anybody.
But
Okay.
those two left the darkness, right?
Right.
The two halfling ones left the darkness, but they left it on the towards you.
Okay, so I can see these guys.
Yes, you can see all
I
the
just
halflings.
can't see
you can't
those
see the mind
guys.
flayers, yeah.
Okay. Well, you don't need to see to be affected by sound things. And I'm gonna cast a really ouchy spell.
Shatter.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I don't know where they are in there. So I'm gonna cast Shatter in there where I think they are. How should I roll to determine whether or not I get all of them?
Well, Shatter's an area of effect, right?
10-foot radius.
10-foot radius. I mean, you can... You don't really need to roll. If you center it in the darkness, you're probably going to hit both of them.
Great, doing it.
They haven't moved, so they're still exactly where...
Please make a Constitution saving throw.
I certainly will.
Oh wait, and this is gonna be really bad because I'm a warlock. Fuck.
And a level 13.
Yeah.
Oh. We're gonna take down like half this
Nice.
part of town.
So, 2 Constitution saving throws? What's my target number?
16, baby.
That's a natural 1. And that is a 12.
Okay, so... So it's 3d8 to start with, and then third level of higher, the damage increases by 1d8 for each slot level. So that's going to be 7, 11, 12, and then 12, ew, gross, 12, 15 points of shatter stuff.
To each of them?
Yep.
15 points of sharding.
15 points of shard yourself.
And I'm going to take the full amount on that because I forgot that mind flayers are resistant to magic, and I should have rolled that with advantage, but I didn't do it, so that's on me.
I got them good because they were in the dark.
Yes.
That's how it works.
Yep, put a bag over their head and punch them in the face.
Yep.
Okay. And do you want to do anything else with your turn?
I'm going to back up this way. I'm going to try to come between these. I'm hoping I can come between these two guys without taking an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, no, they're not adjacent. I know we don't have snares there to work with, but...
Oh, shit. Fuck, I keep forgetting there's a rogue in the party. Wait, hold on. I run back and I pick something up that I dropped and now I'm stuck there.
It's okay, they're not adjacent to you, so it doesn't matter.
Is that it for Mary?
Okay, then I'm going to go back here instead. Yes, that's it for me.
All right.
I think this guy's adjacent to me, right? This halfling?
He's adjacent, yeah. He's all up in your shit.
All up in your grill.
All right. The mind flayers can't see, don't care. They are both going to use their mind blast ability straight out in front of them, which is going to catch their veterans and you. So
You who?
Gavin and Mary.
Oh.
Let's see. I need 2 intelligence saving throws, please.
Good thing I'm really stupid. Oh, actually, no, this character's not.
You're playing a warlock. I hope you're not stupid.
17.
Warlocks can be very stupid. It's wizards who can't be stupid.
Warlocks are charisma.
baby. Cozy's just a fucking nerd.
Oh god, I rolled in 12.
12. All right, you can take...
I'm sorry, 13.
Okay.
Because I have a robe, I think, that gives me pluses on saves.
Charisma.
Well, the target's 15 anyway.
Okay.
So you can take 22 points of psychic damage and be stunned for 1 minute. Huge brawl going on outside of the yawning portal. The bar at this point is starting to like the looky-loos have come out, but the evacuation hasn't started yet. And you can hear in the distance, there's bells ringing. There's, the fire brigades being called out. No one knows quite exactly what's going on, but the walls have started to crumble and there's a fight going on and...
It's a once a month kind of thing.
Oh, it's another Tuesday at the yawning portal, but there's still a response that it needs to happen.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like the APD. They're like, yeah.
So, Gavin, you are stunned for 1 minute, and you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. Okay. You passed your saving throw, so I believe...
If a 17 passes.
Yes, it does.
I like being on this roof.
And as a matter of fact, you don't even take half damage. You take no damage with succeeding that saving throw. So excellent. Good job on you. They are also going to try and move out of the darkness. Odds and evens. That's an odd. He doesn't. That's an odd. He doesn't. They're bumbling around in the darkness. They knew where you last were, but...
It's just like darkness, and all you can hear is like tentacles slapping against each other in the dark.
And we all take even more.
Squid fight!
Like, bro, their tentacles hold hands.
Squid fuck!
Snatcher.
The porn version of Squid Game.
I am going to try to shoot this man in front of Zanzer.
Go for it.
Emphasis on the word try, because my dice have been shit. That's a 16.
16 is not going to get there.
Motherfucker.
Sorry.
You know what? I have inspiration from last time, so I'm going to burn that.
These halflings, by the way, are wearing a fancy red and white tabard that displays a bent leg on it, like a leg from the hip down to the feet, just bent.
Like the right way or the wrong way?
The right way.
Okay.
The right way.
Okay.
Like a knee.
Yes.
Where the knee, the natural bend of the leg.
And it's going in the natural direction.
Is anybody from Faerun? Naturally, or...
I don't know.
I am.
You are.
Yes.
You can roll a history check if you want to.
Okay.
Where the fuck is Mary from?
I don't know shit.
You don't know shit.
That's 6.
I mean,
You handed me this character.
it was a pre-generated NPC that did not have an origin on it. I'm going to let you write that story.
Okay, cool. What happened?
Is that it for Snatcher, or you're trying again?
Burning my inspiration to
Okay.
try again, because I really want to roll sneak attack dice now.
Yep.
That's worse.
Yeah. So 2 shots ring out in the darkness. You know what the problem is the shatter sort of like upended your perch, and you don't have sure footing right now.
Tiles are like slipping out.
Yeah, and you're trying to shoot like sort of on the move on a controlled slide on your butt off this building.
At least I still have my keys.
Not for long. And that was the Snatcher. That was Snatchy McGee. Any movement for you or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump down and get in this fight.
Okay.
Fuck it. So
she
it's
says.
acrobatics to jump down?
Sure. We'll say it's a 20-foot drop, so if you don't make it, you'll take 2d6 damage.
Oh, wait a minute. I use my 13th level feature, and I take on a ghostly form.
Ooh, okay.
Ghost bird!
Tell me about this ghost bird.
It basically looks like Snatcher, but if you took all of the, like a black and white photo, like it's just a very silvery, smoky...
He's the spirit photography ectoplasm
You
version.
turn the saturation all the way down.
Turn the saturation all the way down, there's like these little wisps of smoke coming off of him.
Sexy. All right. And what does that do for you?
Go Dave Fenton, he was just 14.
You have flying speed of 10 feet, so I can finally fly.
Oh, nice.
You can hover, and attack rolls have disadvantage against you. You can also move through creatures and objects as if they were difficult terrain, but you take 1d10 force damage if you end your turn inside of them.
That makes sense.
Oh god.
Wow.
Which I feel like they should also take force damage from it.
Just take squick damage.
Forcefully penetrated by a bird? Yeah, I would think so, but that's the rules. So you don't have to roll to get down to the ground. You can just fly down.
Which, like, yes, there's this huge brawl going on, but you see this ghost form of a Kenku who's like,
Like flapping his arms like...
the ET theme plays.
At the bottom of the initiative order, you will say you want to be here?
Going this way. I want to... Yeah.
Okay. This must be Janara. This is a Githzerai monk who comes from the shadows and without making a sound, stepping through detritus and broken glass on the ground without making nary a tinkle, comes out and is going to bibbity bop this halfling in the back of the head.
Oh.
Now what can I do?
Bibbity boppity bitchin'.
So it's gonna... She's going to miss twice. So this.
Well, welcome to the
Hey,
party.
you want to join our team?
Perfect fit.
Synergy. Everybody's like, "Wow, look at this cool badass!" And she comes out of the shadows and then kicks over this halfling's head twice. Whiff, whiff. She's like, "You're so short."
The old kung fu movies where the top of her body doesn't move, but her legs go in different directions.
Janara. Sorry, my printer was running out of toner.
Oh, she's cool.
Oh.
She's very cool.
And now it is Gavin's turn.
Save
Big
first or
no,
save
she's
at the end of my
hot
turn?
vibes.
How does that
Save at the end of your turn. So you're stunned right now. Basically, you don't get it. You don't get anything but a save.
I really think I got his saves calculated wrong, but 8. I think I'll make it.
Sorry, you are still stunned.
Hits out for Gith.
I love that it went quiet right as you said that. Thank you, universe.
And then you hurt yourself.
Did you just bonk your head?
I found the clip on that.
So Gavin is still under the psychic sway of these mind flayers that you can't see. But don't worry, what you can't see won't hurt you.
Sure.
So the halfling is going to attack Gavin with advantage because he's stunned. So let's see. That one's going to hit anyway. So it's 8 points of damage. And that is... Does a 14 hit you, Gavin?
Oh, yeah.
All
Well, no, 14, yes.
All right, then another 9 points of damage.
What was the first?
I believe it was 8. 8 and 9. How are you doing on hit points there, Chum?
Yeah, I'm less than half.
Less than half.
Great, our only healer's gone.
I must have been drunk when I did this character sheet, because that makes no fucking sense.
I refuse to believe it. That's his turn. The other veteran is going to try and take a swipe at your friend Janara without advantage. That is going to, I think, miss. Yeah, miss. And a miss. So she blocks 2 short sword swings with the palm of her hand. Because monks are cool. And then there is one more.
Oh, hello.
On the snatch. 9 won't hit you, I imagine.
No.
And a 15?
15 will not.
All right. So you deflect a couple of short sword swings yourself.
Were those both with disadvantage?
No, did they? Oh, they were supposed to be a disadvantage.
Because I have the ghost feature for
Right, keep
10
reminding
minutes.
me. They didn't hit anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But so that is their turn. We're up to Mary. Mary and quite contrary.
Mary, I see Janara. That's cool. I'm like really invested in what's up with are the mind flayers still in the darkness? Does the darkness just like vibe forever?
The darkness lasts for what, a minute, I think, right? Is it concentration?
It is concentration. So
okay, so
I forgot.
All right, so the darkness dissipates. You can see the mind flayers now. They can see you.
Shit.
Hi. Still here, still doing a minstrel show. Sorry.
Cool. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is actually use the things that I have this time. And I am going to... Yeah. So, my eyes kind of roll back in my head a little bit and turn black.
Nice.
And I look at the one on the left, and it's kind of like my head goes and then my body follows afterwards. And just sort of look down, and I look at the character, and I cast the Mind Flayer, and I cast Eye Bite.
Eye Bite, okay.
Please make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Pop, squish, squish.
Oh, what a relief it is.
14. No. So what does Eye Bite do?
Well, I can pick one of 3 effects: asleep, panicked, or sickened.
Okay.
And I'm going to choose sickened. So, I imagine it's almost like a little bit of a pallor comes over him and he gets a little sweaty. He now has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay, all right.
You can make another wisdom saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Okay. So yeah, his skin goes from being a sort of a vibrant dark purple to like a pale violet, and it's all veiny.
Like a really like ashy purple.
He gets like a froth around his tentacles. It's gross.
It's a runny nose.
It just means he likes you.
Yeah, he
Oh
loses.
my god, put your mask on.
Yeah, he loses his sense of taste. He calls out of work for 10 days. That is Mary's turn. Do you want to move, Mary?
Yeah. I'm gonna come.
Wow, really?
Everywhere, all over the No, I'm not gonna do anything.
It's because Laura Dern Monk is here, isn't it?
It's because the hot Laura Dern
Laura
is
Dern.
here. Laura Gith.
All right, so that's Mary's turn. Now the Mind Flayers. The Mind Flayers are more interested in Janara than you, so they're going to start moving this way.
I guess we're gonna have to stab our way out of this. Snatcher says in a just random voice.
Neither one of the Mind Blast recharge, which is a good thing.
And the one guy's disadvantage.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And I think that actually saves the day. Yes. So one of them just completely whiffs and just gets completely like parried and pushed back by Janara. The other one, like sort of like the sick one, sort of shambles forward and tries to go for the but has no strength behind the swipe and just sort of like and then throws up on the ground. Snatcher.
I'm going to attempt to stab this man in front of Gavin again with my sword this time.
All right.
Because it is the best thing I have in my arsenal.
I mean, if you're gonna stab somebody, like, what else are you supposed to use? Pencil?
Spoon.
It'll hurt.
Oh, fuck. What the fuck? That's a 14.
14 on the halfling?
Mm-hmm.
No, that will not hit.
Yeah.
You guys, your dice ain't really doing any favors.
Don't know what it is today. It's not good.
You wanna borrow my Nemea dice? My Nemea beefing it dice?
Thanks, but no. Yeah. I'm gonna then try to be useless over here then. 1, 2.
Just abandoning me because you can't hit that guy. Alright, screw you.
It's probably fine. You've got Mary to babysit you.
Yeah, and you're completely brain dead, so you know.
I've never been more helpful.
All right.
Honestly, Gavin, you look so good.
He does technically get an attack of opportunity against you.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
10 will not hit you.
I think the other one does too, right? Both of them?
I'm only going to say the one. I'm going to give her just the one. That was Snatcher.
Not that I'm trying to kill you for abandoning.
Sure.
Sure you're
Hey, DM, are you sure you didn't do enough damage on that attack?
I'm not firing you because of racial reasons. I'm firing you because of performance reasons.
Janara's going to take a couple of hits on the Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer is the bigger threat. That will hit. And that will not. One hit. 6 plus 4. 14 plus 3 psychic. So she does this fancy maneuver against the sick Mind Flayer where she her hand comes back and it charges with psychic energy, and when she hits, there's like a little like you don't hear it so much as you feel it in the back of your mind, just a pop as the fist strikes out, lands on the Mind Flayer, and he stumbles back holding his head, even though he got hit in the center of the chest.
I'm imagining it's like when Doctor Strange like yeets people out of their body.
Kind of, not quite that dramatic, but
Yeah.
it's in the same
Realm.
spirit. For reals. That is her turn. She's going to spend a key point and get the fuck out of there. She doesn't like being surrounded.
I don't blame her.
Yeah. So, patient defense, step of the wind. She's going to hop out and go over this way. They're going to get attacks of opportunity at disadvantage. That one, no. Oop, that one actually hit. So she takes a short sword slash across the robes on the back as she scoots out of there, but she does get out from being surrounded. And she looks over at Gavin first and sees that he's got the vacant expression she knows is common among Mind Flayer victims. So then turns her attention...
Against middle management.
Instead turns to Mary and says, sorry for the poor welcome.
Oh, not the worst we've had.
We should probably be getting out of here.
Yes, should we take care of Thing 1 and Thing 2 over there, or should we just try to book it?
Let's get your friend ambulatory. He seems kind of brain dead right now.
Okay, working on it.
That's what he normally looks like.
I didn't want to be too rude.
That is...
Like, that's my voice. I've definitely said that.
That is her whole turn. Gavin, you may try to repeat your save. You have 8 more rounds until it wears off naturally.
That might be better. Right?
Yeah,
19.
That does it.
Yeah, but it's the end of my turn.
That's the end of your turn. You lose your turn, but you're done being
so
suckered.
fucking useless.
Who would have noticed?
Which means that these 2 veterans that are going to take swings at you do so without the disadvantage, or without the advantage. So that's good. The first one... Find their stats again. Let's see. 12?
No.
17?
Yeah.
Alright, that's 7 points of damage. And the second one, that's a miss. That's also a miss. So thankfully you, with that advantage was killer. You don't want that.
No.
And then there is another veteran next to Snatcher, who actually his last orders were to go after Gavin. So he's gonna actually this one you think is he turns towards you, fixes his eyes, what you think are on you, and you think you're getting ready to defend yourself, and he just walks right by you and draws an attack of opportunity.
Bitch!
I think not.
I think the fuck not. Come on, dice. Don't fuck up. Don't do this to me. Finally! That's a 28.
That'll definitely hit. Can you one-shot this guy?
Probably not.
I'll be impressed if you can.
That's max damage. That's 21.
No, but you do bloody him.
Good.
He tries to push by you to get to Gavin, and you just how do you attack him? To describe this attack, because it is kind of monumental.
So Snatcher's sort of like getting ready to defend themselves, and has sort of got the blade drawn to parry, and they walk past him, and he just turns and just.
And you land what you know to be like not a killer strike, but a mortal strike.
Yeah, right in the guts.
Okay.
Yes, I'm just trying to crack my neck. It's fine. It's just gonna look like this.
and this halfling doesn't even sort of react to the pain. Like, he must be dying, like bleeding to death, but he doesn't even react. And he continues to walk, so you could push him towards Gavin, towards
like
Zanzer.
Thrall.
That's all the veterans. Mary, it is your turn.
Okay. Yeah, so, where am I? Okay, I'm right here. Yeah, I'm gonna take that guy out. I'm gonna step up on this guy, and my packed weapon, I kind of throw my arm out, and the whip is coiled around my arm, and I sort of just give 2 strikes on him with my thirsting blade.
Excellent.
So that's gonna be, I'm gonna roll both of those at the same time. How do I fucking, right. One of those is a 13 and one is a 21.
The 21 will hit.
Okay, 21 will hit. That's cool. And then that's 1d4. That's not a d4. It's going to be 8 points of ouch.
Okay. He's still up, but he's definitely hurting. I mean, he's not showing that he's hurting, but you can tell his body's about ready to give way.
Okay, cool.
Anything else for Mary?
No, man. No, I'm good.
Okay.
We're great here.
The Mind Flayer, does Eye Bite have any sort of lasting effect, or is it just a one-and-done kind of spell?
It lasts for a minute.
Okay, so he's still sick?
Yeah, he can roll Wisdom save if he wants to.
Okay. At the end of his turn?
I imagine he probably wants to.
Yes. But he's going to start by seeing if his blast recharges, which it doesn't. The other one does. So the other one can get Mary and Snatcher in a mental blast, and is going to do as such. So you guys can give me a intelligence saving throw, please.
All of us?
No, just Mary and Snatcher.
Yes. 26.
You pass. You take no damage. 15 matches, so I believe that passes. So you resist.
Cool.
Tie goes to the roller, right? That's how it works?
I think so,
Yeah. The target was 15, so you just barely passed. So yeah, you feel like this brain-racking sensation, but you're able to shake it off. And he seems very frustrated by that. The other one is just going to close in on on Snatcher and go for a tentacle attack. Snatcher, will 20 hit you?
Yes. Disadvantage. I still have my...
You're right. How about a 18?
Yes, that will also hit.
Let's see. Need a D10.
Delicious.
10. 4, so you take 18 points of damage.
Oh, that's not so bad.
And you are medium.
Yes.
Alright, you are grappled.
Motherfucker.
And let's see. Make a intelligence saving throw.
Love those. 19.
Okay, you're not stunned, which is huge. Because after that, he would eat your brain.
Stunned sucks.
Yeah, stunned is sucks.
Yeah.
That is both the Mind Flayers. Snatcher, you are now grappled. You can escape making a contesting grapple check. Or you can attack.
So that's athletics or acrobatics?
Yes.
I will use acrobatics.
Okay.
Because I can't roll less than a 15.
Acrobatics.
Oh, acrobatics. Well, that's not really a word, but you get it.
You can get out of my house. That's a 19 on the die. So that is a 30... No, 33.
Power puns, baby.
So you shake off the mental assault, and then you shake off the physical assault as the suckery tentacles all over your face and beak and like up your nose holes. Like, oh, get out of here!
They can't... Well, Snatcher's covered in feathers. They just can't...
You can't find a good entry point. This guy's covered in nits. That is okay. So that was your action to escape the grapple. You can still move.
I can still move.
Bless you.
Alright,
Excuse me.
I'm gonna do what murder birds do best.
Murder?
Yes.
Most foul. Roll your dice.
I can't, I've already taken my action.
True. All right.
You roll your dice.
I just may.
Yeah, don't encourage him.
So Janara looks around and she looks over at Mary, who she's been talking with, and sees that Snatcher's going back into combat, and she's like, "Are we running or are we fighting?"
Well, I guess you want us to run, so we'll run. I thought we'd just, wrap this up real quick, put a nice little bow on it. But if you're more concerned with getting out of here, that's fine. We can make that work.
This isn't going very quick.
Excuse me. I apologize that I'm not up to your impossibly high standards of speed.
Snatcher,
Christ!
for a point of reference, Snatcher is going into combat to make calamari of these fuckers so y'all can escape, and then once you guys are... Oot.
Ohana needs family. Family means nobody gets left behind.
So she is going to... Well, the thralls are pretty much useless. She's going to target the sick Mind Flayer has disadvantage on saving throws, right?
Correct.
All right. She's going to target that with a psychic spell, a phantasmal killer spell.
Oof.
And it's going to try to resist using its wisdom save. Which he does not. So he is frightened. She places the illusion of whatever the Mind Flayer most fears in front of it using her psychic abilities. Her innate Gith their eye psychic abilities. And whatever this Mind Flayer is seeing that you all cannot, has it sick and terrified, cowering in its pile of its own puke. I don't even...
I'm imagining it's a Mind Flayer, but without tentacle mouth, and it's just like a really weak-chinned dude. And he's like, oh god!
It's the living realization of that fan theory where Ant-Man goes up Thanos' butt and blows him up.
I was just gonna say a sushi chef.
Have I Tamagotchi! Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, God.
So that's her action. She will withhold her move because she's waiting to cover you guys on the way out.
Okay. We should probably go.
If I'm covering them and you're covering them, I'm driving the bus.
It's Gavin's turn.
All right. The rule on having a spell as an action and as a bonus, one has to be a cantrip. Is that pretty much it?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So
And obviously one has to have a casting time of.
Yeah. Right. So for my regular action, I'm going to go ahead and frostbite that guy.
Okay.
That's an attack roll. Ooh, 28.
Ooh.
Well, that'll hit.
And it's going to be you must make a con saving throw while I also roll some damage.
Okay. Saving throw is going to be 16.
That's too low. So his next attack is going to be at disadvantage.
Okay.
And then he also takes cold damage. Wait a minute. Yes. He takes 13 cold damage as well.
Ouch. Yeah, that does a number on it.
And then I'm also going to far step because that's a bonus action. I'm going to far step and poof away 60 feet. And I'm going to go out there. I'm assuming
Excellent.
that's 60 feet.
Yeah.
And
that's sort of like a misty step and we'll draw attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, it's a teleport. I just bamf away.
Beautiful. All right.
It's a level 6 spell. I'm burning a fucking level 6 slot, but I don't want to get in front of fucking...
No, you're in front of a wall of bad guys right now. It's not working for you.
Yeah.
They did not appreciate the racist overtones in your middle of the show.
This is actually just HR.
And then I'm gonna...
We've come to give you
it.
sensitivity training.
So I'll move whatever it takes to be 60 feet away from all the enemies. So
All right.
if I have to move a little bit farther, I'll move a little farther.
Outstanding.
That's it.
All right. That is Gavin. The veterans are going to... Let's see. They're going to turn their attention to Janara. So if you could slide them all up, they're going to make a boatload of attacks on her. Miss.
I'm sorry, that burp just sounds like a really auto-tuned no. Like it's like, no.
Alright, so I saw one crit and one hit.
Billy Elliot, but with auto-tune.
Billy Elliot.
Alright, it's too damn high.
So unfortunately, she wasn't able to take patient defense because she put the Phantasmal Killer down, and now these guys are stabbing, and she's dip, duck, dodge, diving around little short sword blades, but some of them catching around like the thighs and the hips. Death by 1,000 cuts over here for poor Janara. But she's still up. She's still fighting. That's the veterans. Mary, it is your turn.
Okay, cool. I'm going to... Are they sort of Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. So I'm gonna come running through this way. I'm gonna turn Snatcher and be like, Snatcher, we gotta go! And I'm gonna come over this way. I'm gonna turn. I'm gonna say that's 30-ish feet.
Yeah, that's
That makes sense. And then I'm gonna do some Eldritch Blasty Blast. I don't remember how to cast this big spell. I have 3 beams. Nope.
We're back to Nemea.
I'm just not gonna do that. Well, a 9 is not gonna hit.
No.
A 27 and a 17 might, though.
Yes, those both hit.
Okay, so both of those are gonna go on this guy and this guy.
Okay.
And one of the other things I have is, because of fucking warlock shit, repelling blast, so they both get pushed 10 feet back.
Beautiful. Super helpful. And Janara sort of gives you a thankful nod.
I'm trying to do something right. I'm sorry.
I don't mean to be rude. It's just, time is a luxury we don't really have right now.
Well, yes, we don't mean a lot of things, but unfortunately.
Would you like to throw damage on that?
Oh, fuck. Right. I forgot that I get to do. It's D10s, right? Yeah.
I guess.
And 9 and a 3.
Okay.
Whichever one looks like it's gonna die hard, I'll give that one a 9.
Yep. So it's still up, but it's hanging on by the thinnest of margins. The other one, that's the other one actually, that's the one that Gavin frost blasted. So that one's taken some significant damage too, but it's still upright. Anything else for Mary?
Nope.
Nope.
We're good.
Okay. Mind flayers. Thankfully for Snatcher, one is completely frightened and can't move any closer to you because of the phantasmal killer. The other one, though, is going to take an attack at you. Actually, does its Mind Blast recharge? It does. You may make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. That is a 15.
Well, 15 is just what you need. So you shake off another Mind Blast. These Mind Flayers are frustrated by your good saving throws.
Thankfully, I'm a Corvid, so it's just...
I know, it's, they're kind of just like missing a very small target.
Yeah.
Like, sitting in the middle there.
Does the other one recharge by any chance? The other one does recharge. So he can't move any closer to you, but he can take a blast at you too. So make a second saving throw.
Oh, that's a 9.
9. You may take 22 points of psychic damage.
Tasty.
And let's see. And you are stunned for 1 minute.
Fuck.
Yeah. Somebody might want to go rescue the bird. That was the MFers. Snatcher, you may repeat your saving throw.